And so, at last, we reach the finale of the Tirreno Adriatico. It is the race against the clock to find who will be our champion. Just 9.2 kilometres of pan-flat riding left, coming the day after one of the toughest stages the event has ever seen. Sunny weather to start. Will it be like that for the later runners? The clouds already starting to roll in. We're about to find out everything we need to know. Race leader and defending champion Vincenzo Nibali goes last, and the 48th running of this great race will draw to a close. So there is our finish line. I can tell you that rain has started to join us just at the top end of the course. Here is what they're dealing with. Pan flat it may well be, but 9.2 kilometres of absolutely flat out riding against the clock. The race of truth, no hiding place. And so here we come to the time trial. It's the race against the clock. We already have some benchmarks set for us out there. It has been an extraordinarily tough race, this Tirreno Adriatico, and it is not over yet, Dan Lloyd.
It's not indeed. We've still got the spoils for today's stage win in terms of the time trial riders, not least last year's winner Fabian Cancellara, who's incidentally just come out of the start gate. Current leader is on your screen right now, Jens Maurice, birthday boy, in fact, 33 years old today, of Orica Greenedge. This is a repeat of Fabian Cancellara just coming out of the start gate. He's just over a minute into his ride now. As I said, he won here last year ahead of his then teammate, Daniele Bernati. And he'll be up for it today. But as you said, on the back end of the course, it's raining very hard indeed. At the start and the finish, which is in very close proximity, we've still got dry conditions, but they've got to deal with a couple of corners just after the intermediate time check, so it will slow them down slightly.
Fabian Cancellara, last year's winner on the time trial, and as you can see, time trial world champion multiple times. It's his powerhouse we're looking at right now. He's on course on the race against the clock, which is, of course, the finale of this year's Tirreno Adriatico. Vincenzo Nibali yesterday did a great job as part of a three-man escape group, including Sagan, who took his second stage win, and Rodriguez, who'd won the day before. But Nibali is our leader, and his gap on Chris Froome is 34 seconds as we come to this pan-flat time trial day. 9.2 kilometres only. It will be quick, and so as a result, the chances of anyone closing that gap on Nibali very narrow indeed. Adriano Malori we're looking at right now. Time trial national champion. Indeed, a couple of years ago, so knows a thing or two. Looks absolutely static at the top here, not much snaking of the body, but edging towards the front of the seat, and constantly having to readjust his position. There were suggestions that grippier saddles may well help in situations such as this. Cancellara, this will be our benchmark, and will he blow a huge hole in it? He's clearly absolutely on the rivet at the moment. Cancellara, his time should be the quickest so far, and it may well stand for the remainder of the day. Driving to the line, head routes and time looking better and better. 100 metres to go here. He's out of the saddle, he's charging it home. Looking quite ragged at the end, but he has made it. Look at that. Fabian Cancellara. You know, Malori's looking very good here. Cancellara's time of 10:37. He's not going to be that far off it here. very, very good performance then. He comes to the last 100 metres, and we're just standing up to kind of welcome him through here. This is amazing. Hits a puddle, not bothered about that. He's nailed it. Oh, what about that?
Wow.
Mallory has produced a ride of over 52 kilometres per hour. First rider to do so. Peter Sagan, there he is. A couple of stages of the Tirreno, just to remind you. Hello.
Here we go then. World time trial champion Tony Martin just about to go off the start ramp. The goal that he's got, or had, for the entire race so far. Let's see what he's got left in the legs for today.
Yes, there were others, Taylor Finney in fact, who really wanted to be here today. Gave it his best shot, Finney. Couldn't quite make the time cut-off yesterday, so he didn't step off the bike, he went for it. They just closed the road. Tony Martin, then, the road awaits him. It's the race against the clock, and, well, there are very few men on the planet who, on even their best days, can get close to Tony Martin. It looks like it's going to be a top 10 for him. Well, points might be up for grabs if Contador has an off day here. Just going to squeeze outside it, is it? My goodness, Sagan hits the line in just drifts away from him at the very last, but he gave it a good shot, did he not? Over the 50k per hour. Well,
he was 24 seconds down, if our information is correct, at the intermediate time check. Finished the rest of the course and only lost 3 seconds to Mallory and in that second part. So yeah, I don't know if he had any issues, if he started off too slow, or what the matter was there, but he was at the intermediate time check. He was in 42nd position. It might have been 41st. It was 41st at the time before this guy came through. So I was right. He's number 41. He was 41st. It confused me.
Yeah, you're asking questions of yourself, Dan. We talk about Cadel Evans. He popped up yesterday, didn't he? Very late on, and we thought, hello. He managed to bridge back onto one of the chasing groups yesterday and did a good job. Here's the clock. Tony Martin, will he get the benchmark? Mallory's time standing there. Will there be an Italian stage winner on this Tirreno Adriatico? We know there's going to be an Italian champion. Confirmation of that later. Tony Martin comes across the line. Oh, look at that. 10.25, and he steals 6 seconds on everyone so far.
Yeah, 53 kilometres per hour or thereabouts, the average speed for Tony Martin, which, given the fact that there were quite a few wet corners, it is really incredible. The cruising speeds of these guys, I wasn't joking when I said it's 60 kilometres per hour. They really are up towards that speed on the flat roads. Tony Martin then,
out front, Mallory, and then Amador, which is our big surprise, beating Fabian Cancellara, although, of course, out there it was a little bit wet. Here's Chris Froome then, the man who many thought would take the title here. Got a bit too cold on the punishing climbs yesterday, and as a result, finds himself starting today with a 34-second deficit on Vincenzo Nibali.
Just before Chris goes down the line, I'll give you an update on Kwiatkowski. He's come through in 9th place, 7 seconds down. Perhaps not quite the ride we were expecting from him. Important day, though, for Chris Froome, I think. Despite yesterday's disappointment, he really needs to concentrate today. It could be a big battle between himself and Contador just for the mental point of view leading up to the next races of the season, the Tour de France in particular. He just needs to kind of concentrate and show what he can do in this individual time trial despite yesterday's setback.
Took the climb into Prato di Tivo, don't forget. So got a stage win to his name, as well as taking over the leader's jersey. And Chris Froome is off the ramp. There is only Vincenzo Nibali to come. And so this time could prove crucial. It's not going to be the difference. It's not going to be the title, but it will certainly ensure, perhaps, that he holds on to runners-up spot in this Tirreno Adriatico. Some grey clouds looming. We're expecting rain at 4 o'clock. Well, we're approaching that right now. In fact, we'll be there when Nibali goes off the ramp. So just let's just hope for these guys that they get a nice, clean, dry run and can show exactly what they've got. There is Nibali. Little rub of the nose, looks nice and relaxed. I think he knows that this one belongs to him. Great, great defence of this title. And he's going to do it again, isn't he?
Yeah, at this point here, now it's really his to lose, as it were, unless there's well, I don't know what happens, but a big lead, 34 seconds going into a time trial like this. And last year he was, I think, lost 20 seconds to Fabian Cancellara on this stage, so he'll still be full of concentration. But I think it's pretty much job done for Nibali.
Think so. Alberto Contador, well, he's just starting to think about closing the gap on Rodriguez. Overall, let me just tell you that the gap between Rodriguez and Contador in that battle for 3rd place is 11 seconds. 11 seconds. to Chris Froome, the difference between Froome and Rodriguez is just 3 seconds. So Froome needs to run well if he is going to hold on to that second spot.
Contador only 18th fastest at the intermediate time check. He's conceded 12 seconds already to Andrea Mallory, who's still the, Adriano Mallory, still the fastest time at that point. Going to be disappointed with that, I think.
Off the ramp goes Vincenzo Nibali, the defending champion. He's worn #1 here, and he'll be wearing it again next year if he comes back, I'll be bound. Provided there is no real drama, Nibali will take the title once again. A terrific performance by him. Outstanding yesterday on the ramps that took so many prisoners. He did such a good job. He's on the road to draw this 48th Tirreno Adriatico to a close. We hook up with Joaquim Rodriguez right now. Now, let me just remind you, it's only 3 seconds between Rodriguez and Froome, so their splits will be most important. Well, it's not a classical time trialer's stance he's got here. He's just showing too much of his torso to the wind, and I don't think this is going to set the world alight. We will see. We have been proved wrong, let's not forget. Chris Horner just coming to the line. That beckoning for him. It's been a very, very long Tirreno Adriatico, and Chris Horner has been outstanding.
Yeah, another rider that didn't lose much time between the intermediate check and the finish, only 5 seconds more. He was 19 seconds down at the halfway point, but wow, what a consistent rider Chris Horner is. It's always amazed me that he comes to his very first race of the season in March. Let's not forget, most of these riders now have already got some racing in their legs with such good form. Impressive for anybody, let alone a 41-year-old.
Exactly, he is a veteran. He knows himself. He knows his body. He knows how it should function, and he has been brilliant during this Tirreno Adriatico. And you know, hats off to him. You never know, it might even be a top 5 spot for him. He would have to dislodge Kwiatkowski, however, who is a very good time trialist. We'll see. On the road we are then, the leader's blue jersey. It's blue because we race between 2 seas, the Tirreno, the Mediterranean, and the Adriatico, the Adriatic. And it's been a test. It's been joyful for us to watch the world's best performing here, but for the riders, I think it has been extremely arduous. Then again, nobody said that professional cycling was easy.
Rodriguez has conceded 6 of the 11 seconds which he had over Alberto Contador this morning by the midpoint check. 29th at that point, 18 seconds down on the leader there.
Well, it looks like Contador may well make the podium here at the end. Here comes Kwiatkowski. Now then, there's Fabian Cancellara's time. A time beaten by Amador, let's not forget. It looks like we've had a little bit more moisture up the road here than perhaps thought. I thought it would have dried off by now, but it hasn't. Kwiatkowski, 7th quickest, a 10:46 for him.
He only needs 10 seconds to overtake Contador on the overall classification. Let's wait for Contador. He should be coming through in around about a minute and a half's time.
Well, if Kwiatkowski does make the overall podium, that will be a stunning result for the man who's taken the young rider's jersey here by an amazing margin of almost 16 minutes over Vichot. I suspect it may well be over that 16-minute mark by the time we do the maths. But Chris Froome here, practicing his time trialing. It's going to be absolutely spot on, of course, in his bid for Tour de France glory. He's come here to measure himself against the best. And, of course, he is one of those. One of the corners coming in now. A bit too many relaxed knees out there. They were flying all over the place on the approach.
Yeah, he's come through that time check 4 seconds down on the leading rider, but a full 8 seconds ahead of Alberto Contador. Wow. So it doesn't look like he's going to be troubled for his 2nd place. Just remains to be seen what this man on your screens can do now. The winner last year, came 12th place in his time trial last year, but I know he's been working very hard with Specialized in his team, Astana, on his position over the winter. New team, new bike for him, but he's been on the track in Milan at more than one occasion, just trying to make that position as good as he possibly can. Yeah, just a bit too much movement of the shoulders, both he and Contador. Contador further into the run here, and you'd expect to see a bit more movement as they loosen up because of the fatigue. Rolling, rocking and rolling right now. Here they come. Contador
heading for the line. What has he got? It'll be Rodriguez to cross next. It's going to be crucial, the gap between those. So this will be an important time for Contador. He's not going to win the time trial here, but he may well get on the podium, especially as Rodriguez's split time is not that good. Contador then heading for the line here, getting a good reception here in Italy, always does. 100 meters to go then, remaining of his Tirreno Adriatico. The line beckons, he's outside of the top 10. What will be his time? 10:55 for Alberto. Now then, it's about what Rodriguez has got in response.
Yeah, Rodriguez has got to cross the line within 41 seconds of our current leader, Tony Martin, to remain on that podium in third place.
There we are. So there is the gap. Dan Lloyd does the maths. Thank goodness he's here. 41 seconds then is his target time, beyond that time set by Tony Martin of 10:25. I'm not hopeful. He looks like he is struggling. He's certainly rocking and rolling at the moment, and this is not the most efficient time trialing position right now.
Nibali 11th quickest, the last rider through that intermediate time, 8 seconds down on the leader, but only 4 seconds conceded to Chris Froome so far, so still looking very good for Nibali to comfortably take out the overall victory here in Tirreno.
Out of the saddle, wrestling with the bike, it's Vincenzo Nibali. There he is on full charge at the moment. It's a man in his pomp here, and there'll be a huge roar from the crowd that are just starting to be drizzled upon in certain parts of the course as he comes across the line. It will not dampen the celebrations one little bit, you can be sure of that. Here is Rodriguez. Now then, let's see how much of a deficit he has got by the end. There's Tony Martin's time, and he's already worse than that. Here he comes. It's a long way to go. He's a long way off the hoardings. This may well be a disaster for Rodriguez in terms of his aspirations for a podium spot. Contador has already crossed the line, and this does not look good for him.
He's still got... That clock just stopped for a minute, that's why I stumbled there. As I said, if that's right, he's got to come across the line within 41 seconds of the time of the winner so far to stay in front of Contador in the overall classification. And we're only going to see exactly when he crosses the line what that's going to be.
Well, here he comes right now. He's giving a good push towards the end. There we go. 33rd spot.
2 seconds.
Oh, 43 seconds. 41 was his target, and he drops off the podium here. And I feel sorry for him. Joaquim Rodriguez giving it plenty there to get a third place finish, and Contador has taken that by the narrow margin of just 2 seconds. Now then, Chris Froome on course, the penultimate rider out here. Chris Froome as well needs a decent time. Rodriguez started the day reasonably close. Contador had a good run here. 34 seconds Chris Froome's deficit on Nibali. He's not going to make that up, and I think he is going to finish runner-up in this event. Pretty good time trialing by Chris Froome. He was 8th quickest through the split here, let's not forget, with a 5:30. That's not bad at all. So it's been a long event, this one, a long and taxing ride to the line, and Chris Froome is coming home. Tony Martin's time there for you as well. This is a good result by Chris Froome here. He's ridden extraordinarily well.
Yeah, famous last year for Team Sky to do a negative split, i.e. do less power in the first half than the second half. Not quite the same for this short time trial, but a good blow nonetheless to Alberto Contador. It looks like he's safely going to come inside the time of his main rival at this year's Tour de France. Finishing on a good note.
Yes, finishing on a high note after the problems of yesterday, and in fact also in the team time trial. It's about what might have been, but it's about the clock here. 10:40 the gap. So Alberto Contador has come through. He's managed to get himself on the podium. Rodriguez knocked off, missing out on a podium finish by just 2 seconds. Chris Froome is home. He is our runner-up, and we wait for Vincenzo Nibali. What a performance it is by the great Italian. He came here as defending champion, and to be honest, when you looked at the start list, he was not amongst the out-and-out favourites, the defending champion. He wasn't concerned about that. He just started this race doing what he does best, riding that bicycle, and did an amazing job yesterday to finish second behind Peter Sagan on one of the toughest days we have seen in cycling, full stop, historically. Nibali rode the punches then, and he is punching this course right now. He approaches the Flamme Rouge, and this is our champion. Phenomenal performance by Vincenzo Nibali. There is the Flamme Rouge. It's been a long road, this 48th Tirreno Adriatico, and this man has absolutely lit it up as far as the Italian press are concerned. And why not? It was joy yesterday for him, and there's going to be more as he heads to the line. Tony Martin's time then is 10:25. He's not going to beat that, but you know what? He's going to get close enough. Close enough indeed. He started today with a 34-second advantage over Chris Froome, and this has been a very, very solid time trial by him. It's a new position for him. It's a new team as well, Astana. They're functioning extraordinarily well, and he's going to bring this one home. They finished 5th quickest in the team time trial, and Nibali was part of that, let's not forget. Round he comes to a cheer from the fans. Vincenzo Nibali is going to be crowned the champion once again of the Tirreno Adriatico. The crowd are here, he's here as well, and let the world know it. The best turned up, but one man could not be beaten, Nibali. Vincenzo Nibali is our champion. He punches the air. Oh, chapeau, sir. And just look at the response from the press here. Amazing. What a champion. What a way he rode yesterday. Elegant, powerful, determined. Fabulous. Confirmation of the time trial then. This is how it finished. Tony Martin taking it ahead of Mallory, something of a surprise then, but Amador as well, completely out of the box. Amazing, with Cancellara beaten by him.
I was looking for this day because in the mountain it was not for me, and I had a full focus for today, and I'm really happy now I could win here. It's my first time in Tirreno. I really like the race, and it's a nice finish now.
Seems like your climbing is going pretty good at the moment as well, though. The last couple of stages in the mountains.
It went better, yeah, from day to day, but especially the first day was not good for me, and I think I still need some time to improve in the mountains. It's still early in the season, but for the moment I'm happy with the stage win and also with a good place put in GC for Michael Kwiatkowski, so it was a good week for the team.
Vincenzo Nibali then is our champion, and the winning margin 23 seconds. Most of those picked up yesterday, but he's been up there or thereabouts for a long time in this event. Tirreno Adriatico has its runner-up, it's Chris Froome.
Sono veramente contento di questa seconda Tirreno
Adriatico. Hugely happy about this, to get my second victory on the Tirreno. But in terms of the importance of it, yeah, it's way up there with some of the best that I've done. Yeah, there's been some amazing riders who've come here, and it makes it all the more special for me. It's been a huge Tirreno Adriatico. So here is the day's winner. Tony Martin takes the flowers and the kisses. Job done for him. He wanted the time trial, and so it turned out. He managed to drag himself over those ramps yesterday, and he's got the smiles as a result. Here's your World Tour rankings right now then. Nibali up to 3rd place behind Schlachter and Richie Porte, who's been busy recently. So, what about our champion? Neptune's trident awaits. Vincenzo Nibali, just no beating this man in this part of the world, it seems. Phenomenal. He takes the trident that drew the world's greatest riders here, gives it a kiss. Terrific. Draws to a close. It has been a fascinating race. It's had it all. And more than that, we've had so many surprises. One thing perhaps was not, and that was that Vincenzo Nibali was capable of defending that blue jersey. He did so. He's our champion.